Okay, time for another G.I. Joe review. This time I'm doing the G.I. Joe Pursuit of Cobra Skydive figure. And let's get started here first by talking about the file card slash packaging here. Just kind of move him out of the way. As you can see there's the artwork for the front part of the card here. It says Skydive Halo Jumper. And let's just go here straight to the back and read off the little description here, or bio. It says here, Skydive is an airborne combat specialist on the G.I. Joe team. He's experienced in Halo, high altitude, low opening, and HAHO, high altitude, high opening, jumps. Using an advanced rocket pack, he flies to a mysterious Cobra base under construction in the jungle. On the ground, he heads to the building, unaware that Shadow Tracker is following him and preparing an attack. And then here it talks about the equipment here, and his name here is Linton and Felix. Serial number, blah blah blah. Grade E8 Master Sergeant, and his mission equipment here is the Zeta rocket pack with turbojet engine and aerosonic wings. So yeah. Anyways, enough about that, and let's get here to the figure and talk about him. And let's just kind of start off here by panning in here and taking a look at him up close. Okay, there you go. I like the detail on this guy. All of his little skydiver outfit or gear, it's pretty cool looking. You can see there he's got the clear helmet with the hoses coming down. There's his vest with a bunch of pouches on it. Not sure what all he's carrying in there. He's got his looks like breathing equipment here, and just kind of go on down here. Again, very detailed. There's his legs with his knee pads, and here's his only weapon that he comes with, sadly, which is this little handgun here with the holster there on the ankle. And oops, go on down some more. There's a little character stand with Skydive written on it. And let's kind of go back up here and just kind of flip him around, and we'll talk about his little jetpack here and kind of look at that up close. Now, because of his jetpack, he is a little top heavy here, and I'll get into his jetpack a little bit more here. There's the back there. You can see he's got some like bombs or missiles there. It's got some writing, some serial numbers it looks like, JPU8, either I or 1, GP. It's got the little G.I. Joe insignia there. So pretty cool looking, not too bad overall. And let's get started here talking about the actual jetpack. I'm going to go ahead and just pop this off here. Just unpegs there from his back, like so. And let's go out just a little bit here. Now, here's his jetpack here. And the cool thing about it is if you press this button here, the wings pop open. So it'll kind of give him his little flight wings, I guess, for when he's skydiving or whatever. I guess he can use this to kind of glide in or whatever. And it does have, like I said earlier, some little bombs here, it looks like. They don't look like missiles, they look more like bombs. As you can see them right there. And if you also notice here on the wings, it has like some enlarged lettering here, which basically just looks like an enlarged reprint of this same like serial number here. It looks like the IGP part of it, I think here. See this BIG. Looks like they got the P going on there. Anyway, so that's that. So this is kind of a cool little touch here. It's got the little spring-loaded wings that pop open. So that's kind of cool. As for the rest of his accessories, he's got these little guys here. These little pods here. I'm not sure what these are supposed to be. If I'm assuming they're like some kind of thrusters or something, or they could be some kind of lights. I'll get to that a little bit more. And like I said, his only other accessory is his little gun here, which just comes out of here. Like so. So he's just got a little handgun there, and that's pretty much it. Something else that you could consider an accessory is his little helmet here, which is removable. What you want to do first, though, to get it off is just pop these little hoses off, so that you don't, break them or anything, and then just pop it off here, like so. That's going to reveal his head. And if we kind of zoom in here a little bit and look at his head up close. Pretty cool. He's got his eyes painted and everything. So just kind of a generic black sort of ski mask like looking face there. But the helmet here is actually made out of like a soft rubber with just like a clear plastic part here with the back and front part kind of painted gray, which I actually kind of like this. I think it makes getting the helmets on a little easier, you know, taking them on and off. But just kind of slide that back on like so, and then you can just reattach the hoses. And they're also a soft rubber too, so just be a little careful with them. You don't want to bend them too much. But there you go. Now you got his little helmet back on like that. When he has this on though, it does kind of hamper the movement of his head. You can't really twist it. I mean, you probably can, but then it's going to make these hoses kind of pop out a little bit if you twist it too far. So kind of see they're kind of wanting to work their way out. Since we're talking about the movement, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the articulation, because I'm going to start kind of getting a little nitpicky with this guy, and we're getting to that realm right now. Anyways, let's take this off. So there's his head, and you can move it like so. Kind of goes up and down, but not a whole lot. His arms here, pretty much the standard level of G.I. Joe articulation, like so. Move at the wrists, elbows, bend, and go up and down like that. Now here's where it gets a little nitpicky. Because of all this gear, and it's kind of cool looking, these straps down here really cut down on the movement of his legs. Really all you can do is kind of move them a little bit and bend the knees, and then the feet and ankles are like so, rotate, and it can kind of bend up and down like that. But you can't really move his legs out at the hips because of these. Now these are fastened on here like that, so you can just kind of pop these loose like so, and they'll kind of just dangle there, so it'll look kind of ugly like that. But once you do that, see, now you can really move his legs, obviously. And this whole thing here looks, or vest or whatever, looks to be removable. You kind of see here it's kind of coming open a little bit. So if you want, you could probably take this thing off. Not sure how much of a pain it'll be to get it on and off. I haven't bothered to take it off. I just left it on. I figured it'd be kind of hard to get on and off. But anyways, so that kind of hampers the movement on him, which is a little bit of a something I kind of take points away for on this guy. I understand it's sort of realistic looking equipment or an outfit for him, but at the same time it kind of sucks because you're getting a toy, you know, with all these points of articulation, but then you're kind of, because of the equipment, you're, you know, basically rendering those points of articulation, you know, helpless. They can't do nothing with them, or you can't really use them. So yeah. Now the other thing I kind of nitpick on this guy is his accessories, and mainly the backpack here. When you get this guy, these are obviously not attached to this, you know, and these little things here, which again I'm not 100% certain what they're supposed to be, are loose. You know, they're in the package with him, and I've kind of ranted about this a little bit on some of the other figures. I don't know why they just don't print something on the back of the file card or the back of the you know, the area that the figure fits in. They used to do it on the old 80s G.I. Joe toys, showing you how to assemble everything or how the gear's all supposed to fit together. When I first saw these, I thought they were thrusters, and I thought they were meant to go on here. But if you put them on here, okay, like this, you know, the problem is once you peg this in, you can kind of tell that they're not really meant to go there, because then his arms are hitting in the way here like that. So okay, yeah, they don't go there. So obviously the little bombs will go there. So let's put the bombs in there like so, and let's do the other one like so. Now, the problem with the bombs being there is, if you think about this, if he's flying in the air, or skydiving as it were really, look where the bombs are. I mean, they're going to hit his arms if he was to actually release them. So, yeah, maybe he moves his arms out of the way, but I don't know. It just seems kind of retarded to have these hanging here. And then if you have them like that, it's going to hit the guy. I mean, I know I'm being nitpicky here and it's just a toy, but I mean, come on. wouldn't these have made more sense to be maybe out here on the wings somewhere or something like that? Or does he really need bombs to begin with, because he's basically you know, Halo guy. He's was it high altitude, low opening. So is he really meant to fly with this and drop bombs? Like he's a fighter airplane of some kind or a bomber of some kind? Wouldn't it just make sense to have him parachute in and not have to worry about dropping bombs? And more to that, how is he, you know, targeting these? Are they laser guided? Is there any kind of, you know, laser targeting system on this? Doesn't look like it. Anyways, so yeah, that seems kind of dumb, the placement of those. The other thing was, I thought, well, maybe these go on this side here, you know. But no, they can't go there because that's going to hit. So you're ruining the gimmick of the spring-loaded wings there. So, you know, at the end of the day, these obviously have to go there. These have to go there. So, yeah, if you probably think about it a little bit, it makes sense that, you know, it's pretty obvious that they go there. But, again, like I like to point out, who's the target audience for these things? Supposed to be kids. And, you know, kids aren't always going to assume that or know that right off the bat. That, oh yeah, it makes sense that that goes there. You know, maybe a little basic instruction printed on the package would help kids out a little bit. But, you know, that's just my opinion. So, anyways, let's just get this guy all put back together. And let's put his hoses in here. Like that. And let's put the other one in here. Like that. So yeah, there he is there. I'll just leave these wings open here. And like I was saying, he is very top heavy, so with his backpack on, he just wants to fall right over. Although you can kind of trick it a little bit. If you fold these down, the wings here kind of act as like a little stabilizer. He'll kind of lean back on them. So you can kind of just stand him like that. He actually stands a little bit better without the stand. I don't really like these stands that much either. I think the way they place the pegs for the feet, I don't know why they have them uneven here. They should have them in line, I think. It makes them always kind of stand kind of crooked on here, at least to me. But when you do kind of put him in here, it kind of makes his ankle joints kind of weak because it puts all that weight on him. And he still kind of wants to start kind of leaning back there a little bit. Let's see if I can get him on there. Where's his little hole, that first foot? There it goes. But he does stand a little bit better, but if you get him past a certain point, he will kind of tip too. So in some ways, I think he's almost better without the stand. As far as my final thoughts on this guy goes, he's a good figure, not the greatest figure, not the worst figure either. See, there he goes, he's tipping over again. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, if you like what you see, go out and get him. I'm not going to stop you from getting him, but I don't know, you might want to maybe wait till he's on sale or, you know, clearance price or something like that. I don't think he's a must-have figure, but he's a decent figure nonetheless. Anyways, I think that'll do it here for my look at the G.I. Joe Pursuit of Cobra Skydive figure.